We'd like to give a special shout out to the following people for making this episode and the rest of Act 3 possible: Louis, Malaya, Reg, Daniel Athern, Osterkim, Vanna, Finch, Dr. Dan Venning, Sleepless Berry, Court, Rogue Canoe, John and Muna, Sadie, Zay the Great, Elliot Kane, and Trident. Thank you for your support. Maraming salamat. You are listening to Nanay by Motsi Dapu. Episode 89, Alangan. Her name is Chay Datuin. Her Nanay loved her more than anyone in the world, but she suffered the most when she was around her. Her Nanay taught her everything she knew, but she noticed a long time ago that her power was different from her Nanay's. Not just because they worshipped different gods, but because her Nanay kept telling her it was dangerous, that she shouldn't use more power than she needed to when making charms, when helping others with their ailments, the physical, the emotional, the psychological. Like Hilot, her Nanay said, if you use too much force, you might injure someone, do more harm than good. Manipulating the body, massaging the muscles. You needed just the right amount of force, the right amount of healing. Same with her magic, she said. Use too much, and you'll do more harm than good. Chay kept that in mind for the longest time. Until the night Barangay Malaya was set to be raided by a contingent of armed police, intent on faking a successful drug raid. Chay wasn't careful. She was angry. And the police there were killed en masse by a Mambabarang. Magic was neutral. It was a neutral force. A good witch and a bad witch, they could be the same person. And Chay learned that from her Nanay, who created blessings and curses in equal measure. She responded to the needs of her people, and Chay thought to do the same. And while she saved those in Barangay Malaya for one night, she wasn't able to save her Nanay from the thing she created. She would think of it as a Mambabarang, the thing that killed those men, the thing that came after her mother. But the truth was, that was not the Mambabarang. That was the living curse the Mambabarang created. A swarm of insects manifested so strongly that it continued to exist even after its job was done. And as long as that curse remained in the world, so too did the Mambabarang. Chay, Marilag, Mary. She would remain a Mambabarang so long as her curse remained. And remain it did. For after it visited her Nanay, and its power overwhelmed her, it fled into the night. Chai's family didn't know the full story, and how could they? Her shame was too great to admit it. So they thought a Mambabarang hunted her after her Nanay tried to protect her. They thought someone hated her Nanay and cursed her, and now sought to curse her daughter. They believed it was retaliation for Barangay Malaya, which had been under Karosa, or Nanay's, protection for so long. They believed Karosa killed those men because she had done it before for her husband, for Tatay. They believed the Mambabarang was sent, paid for, or as a favor, by powerful politicians and dynasties and criminal families. They didn't know about Chai's greatest shame. That she was the Mambabarang that she was running from. There were things people told her about the Mambabarang in the years she spent in Canada. Ira, her once girlfriend, told her about the Mambabarang's omens, its presence in their city. She was safe thanks to Lolong, who took care of her. But Lolong seemed to judge Chay every time she took a call. A knowing old Nuna, that crotchety little dwarf. Thea, a girl from her college, a lower classman who admired her, told her that the police were too afraid to come near Barangay Malaya. It seemed that there were signs of the Mambabarang still lingering, such as a class of insect that only appeared after the mysterious mass murder, explained away as a gang war by locals and the news. And any policeman that came close to the barangay wouldn't return. They only ever tried twice before they realized the pattern. And then there was her tita, her aunt, who told her that the Mambabarang still sought her, even after all these years. Told her that she should be wary. Her Nanay might be alive, and as healthy as she could possibly be under the circumstances. But while it lingered, she could not return. They feared she was not strong enough. But nowadays, Chay, Mary, feared the opposite. Feared that she had always been this powerful and simply never used the power because her Nanay told her not to. Told her to be careful, like Hilot, or else she would do more harm than good. But what harm could be done if she fixed it? Fixed what she did. Fixed the Mambabarang. Fixed Nanay. Everything she did now was to see how far she could go with that power. Save people along the way in a sort of twisted penance for what she did to her Nanay. She imbued just a little of her power into marks of protection across Toronto, starting south at the waterfront and moving slowly north. Every time a focus activated, or the thinning veil created hauntings that would do more than frighten people, her mark of protection would activate, and help would arrive. Sometimes her, sometimes her archangel, sometimes her doll, her intercessors, her warriors, like a proper god. A god, not a Mambabarang. A god, because a god could fix everything. A god, because it wasn't weak, like a human. It didn't make human mistakes, didn't create a curse it could not destroy, didn't hurt her Nanay, didn't run away like a coward, didn't fail. It took about a week for Chay Datuin to wake up, weakened after every little bit of power she put into her marks of protection started to add up. Only realizing her weakness when Verdon Greenwood made that pathetic attempt to end her. Gods didn't need to sleep, but Chay Datuin was not quite a god. Not yet. She could burn more of herself away. Another Sanghyang, another fire to consume her, consume another layer of her humanity. It was the best way to ensure she wouldn't keep making the same human mistakes, have the same human weaknesses. And yet, when she woke up, embraced by one of the loves of her life, sunlight hazy behind a bit of blonde and dyed hair that fell over her eyes in her sleep, she was afraid. Afraid of where her love lived, in the layers of humanity she had yet to peel away. Was it worth fixing her mistakes? If she lost this? Was it selfish to even think about her loss over the lives she would save? What a terrible human thing it was to love so much that she doubted even godhood. You're listening to Nanay by Chay Datuin. Hey everyone, it's Motsi, creator and showrunner of the Nanay podcast. Nanay is a podcast produced by Chay Datuin, Yoy Halago, and Alyssa Jimenez, and licensed under Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 International License. This episode was produced by Jesse Goodsell and written and directed by Chay Datuin. The role of Other Mary is played by Chay Datuin. If you'd like to chat with other listeners when this episode goes live, we do a live premiere every Sunday at 9 p.m. ET or Toronto time on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/HiNayPod. To help support the production of Nanay, you can subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/HiNayPod. You'll get to be part of our early access program, where we release episodes 3 days early on Thursday at 9 p.m. ET or Toronto time. You can also get bonus video, audio, art, and much more. Speaking of Patreon, we'd love to give a special shout out to the following patrons for all their amazing support: Candy Corn Newt, Pamela Tierra, Petra, Emily Cole, Maha, Sai B.A., Prinks Variety, Didi Chanak, Chandra, Tony Baloney, Nay, Boyo, Phoenix Luna, Sabine, Ben, Jess Snow, Nonette Dapul, Mika, Matt Upton, Lauren Walters, Anna, Sooks, Becca Terrier, Melissa, Flying Cabbage, Faye Fungi, Pablo Neurotic, Ostra Kim, Megan, Jesse Goodsell, Malaya Light, and Victoria Goodwin. Thank you for all your support. If you subscribe at the ATET tier or the $10 tier and above, you get bonus episodes, bonus content, the full B-sides, and you get your name shouted out on every episode in the credits, just like our wonderful supporters here. If you can't subscribe monthly, you have the option to buy us a milk tea on Ko-fi. That's ko-fi.com/HiNayPod. Our ad-free Nanay album, which has our official music and full episodes from Act 1 and 2, is also available for both patrons and to purchase on our coffee shop. Check out our website, hinaypod.com, for more info, and follow us on all our socials, on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook, and Blue Sky, and even our YouTube posts, at HiNayPod, for updates and more information, especially when we have special events. And as always, thank you, we love you, and hanggang sa muli.